Assalamu alaikum, dears, how are you? We the humans have plenty of organs inside the body. Some of the organs are called vital organs. Even a single vital organ is, essential, and if at all it does fail, the human life cannot be continued at all. In the same manner, we need several qualities in ourselves to be able to lead a good life. But some of the qualities are vital enough, essential enough, without which we cannot do better at all, without which we do have to suffer. Not only we have to suffer, rather all our loved ones have also to suffer. So one of those vital qualities, and that is patience. Patience is one of the vital qualities, one of the very, very important qualities indeed. So, my dear friends and fellows, some of the people are already having it, while another some of the people need to learn it, need to adopt it, need to practice it, so that they could also lead a better life and they could also protect themselves from the big troubles which does arrive in their life because they were not patient enough. So let's begin. Let's begin from the technical definition of the patience. What is this one, by the way? It is the ability to tolerate delays, the ability to tolerate delays, the ability to tolerate difficulties, and of course the ability to tolerate the unpleasantness without becoming agitated or without becoming frustrated as well. So that is the technical definition of the patience. So let's proceed and we will try to find out what are the major benefits of the patience. There are five major benefits of the patience. First of all, it reduces stress and anxiety. Yes, there is a lot of stress and anxiety in the people of today. So as for the patience is concerned, it reduces a lot the anxiety and the stress as well. Now the second major benefit of developing the patience in us is it is the improves relationships and communication. It does improve a lot the relationships and of course the communication as well. The third major benefit of developing patience inside us, that is it increases empathy and understanding as well. It does increases empathy because we are better able to understand the perspective of other people by putting ourselves into their shoes. So that is empathy, and it does develop lot of understanding about other people as well. The fourth major benefit is of the patience, that is it enhances problem solving and decision making skills. Yes, it does improve, very important benefit indeed, and that is problem solving skills on the one hand, decision making skills on the other hand. Now the fifth and the last major benefit of developing the patience in us is that it fosters personal growth and self-awareness. It does foster personal growth, it does foster self-awareness as well. So these are the five major benefits of developing the patience inside us. Now there are certain characteristics of the patient people as well, certain characteristics of patient people. So these two are five in number. First of all, calm and composed under pressure. Every time we come across somebody who is patient enough, we will find them calm on the one hand, composed on the other hand, even under the pressure. So they don't become, so they don't, they don't lose their temper. They don't get embarrassed. Why? Because they are calm and composed under the pressure. Now the second major characteristic of the patient people, it is flexible and adaptable. They are more flexible, they are more adaptable. The circumstances are changing and they are better able to adjust themselves during, when the circumstances are changed. The third characteristic the patient people is empathetic and understanding. Yes, they have more empathy, and they have more understanding as well. The fourth characteristic of the patient people is that they are realistic on the one hand and optimistic on the other hand. Realism and optimism at the same time. Realistic on the one hand, optimistic on the other hand. The fifth characteristic of the patient people is that they are better self-aware and reflective as well. They are more self-aware. They are more self-reflective as well. Now there are ways to practice the patience. There are ways how to practice the patience. So there are five ways again. Number one, mindfulness and meditation. What is this mindfulness? Mindfulness is not to dwell in the past, although there will be lots of regrets about the past, but we don't have to dwell in the past. Learn whatever can be learnt from the past, and then we have the future. Mostly we remain worried about the future. We should stop worrying and we should start planning. Plan about the future, but do not worry. Live in the present. Live in the present moment. So that is called mindfulness. And then of course it is a meditation. So the first way to practice the patience is mindfulness and meditation. And the second way to practice the patience, that is deep breathing exercises. That is deep breathing exercises. Inhale as much as you can, retain the air in the lung for 3 to 4 seconds, and then release it gradually, not instantly. It is, my dear friends, it is the deep breathing exercises. Number three, the third way to practice the patience is that setting realistic expectations. Realistic expectations, not the unrealistic one at all. The setting realistic expectations. The fourth way to practice the patience is taking breaks and prioritizing self-care. Taking breaks, during the work, and then prioritizing self-care as well. The fifth and the last way to practice the patience is that learning from mistakes and the failure. Learning from the mistakes and the failure, and then the next step is challenges to patience. What are the difficulties, what are the hurdles, what are the challenges on our way to practicing the patience? So these are also five in number. Number one, it is the instant gratification. We should delay the gratification instead of gratifying ourselves instantly. We should delay it for the purpose of patience. The second is uncertainty and unpredictability. The circumstances remain uncertain and unpredictable, so it actually takes us toward the impatience. Why? That is another challenge to the patience. The third challenge to the patience is conflict and disagreement with the other people. Conflict with other people, disagreement with other people. And the fourth challenge to patience is that time it is the time constraints and deadlines. So time constraints and deadlines is the fourth challenge to the patience. And the fifth and last challenge to the patience is personal biases and emotions. Personal biases on the one hand, and of course emotions, because our emotions remain quite active. So these are the five challenges to the patience. And next step is quotes on patience. There are two very important quotes on patience. The first one is, patience is bitter but its fruit is sweet. So that is said by none other than Aristotle himself. Patience is bitter but its fruit is sweet. So the second is that patience is the companion of wisdom. If at all somebody does have a wisdom, they will automatically having the patience as well. And the patience, if at all somebody is having the patience, somebody is patient enough, they are automatically wise enough. Now there are tips for developing the patience, and these are only five in number. This is the last step of our today's talk. It is tips for developing the patience. These are only five in number. First of all, start small. Starting small. Practice patience in daily tasks, starting small but gradually increasing it. Number two, the second tip for the developing patience is that it is observe patient people and learn from them. Observing the patient people and learning from them. Then it is the practice self-compassion and forgiveness. Practicing self-compassion on the one hand, practicing forgiveness on the other hand, forgiving other people as well as forgiving yourself. Here we are talking about practicing self-compassion and forgiveness. The fourth tip for developing the patience is focus on the present moment instead of dwelling in the past, instead of keep worrying about the future. Let's try to focus on the present moment. The fifth and the last tip for developing the patience is that is celebrate small victories and progress. Celebrating small victories and celebrating the small progresses as well. We need to appreciate ourselves, we need to celebrate, we need to reward ourselves. So these are the 5 tips for practicing the patience. Now remember, patience is a skill that can be developed over time and practice. Patience is a skill that can be developed over time and practice. And self-awareness and willingness to learn. I think as far as today's topic is concerned, that is highly important, highly beneficial. Anybody who want to lead a good life, anybody who want to become a successful person, everybody who want to keep improving themselves, on a regular basis, the first quality they need is that they need to develop the patience in themselves. So that's all from me at the moment. Thank you very much.